Hey, third grade. Mr. Santella back with another second step lesson. Well, this is our last lesson in our empathy unit. So, just as a refresher, empathy means feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. And compassion, which we learned about last week, is empathy in action. Let's quickly review what we've learned in this unit. We started out by identifying others' feelings. And we did this by being feelings detectives and using body language, facial expressions, and the words people said in order to understand what they were feeling. We also talked about understanding perspectives. This was the ability to put yourself in their shoes and see the world through their eyes. This will help you understand why they're feeling what they're feeling and have empathy for them. We talked about having conflicting feelings. This is a normal human emotion, and it's something that everybody deals with and deals with a lot. It's okay. Accepting and appreciating others' differences. This is something that helps you build those really deep friendships. When you find out what you have in common, well, that's a great way to start a friendship or start a conversation. But to really, really get to know them and build a strong friendship, you have to accept, appreciate, and celebrate the differences that you have. And then last week we talked about showing compassion, which is caring about others and showing concern for them, making sure that they're okay. That's compassion. And remember, compassion is empathy in action. This week, we're going to talk about making friends. So during this lesson, you will learn that focusing your attention and listening to others can help you have conversations. You'll also learn that making conversations helps you make friends and get along better with others. After this lesson, you'll be able to demonstrate your focus attention and listening skills during a conversation. And you'll also be able to initiate, which means start, continue, and end a conversation in a friendly way. Let's get started. Here are Yosef and Chang waiting for the school bus. Chang started riding Yosef's bus last week. The boys don't know each other very well, but Yosef thinks Chang seems nice. So think about think about how Yosef can make friends with Chang. And I've given you some clues. Well, he could introduce himself. He could start a conversation. That's a big one. He could invite Chang to play. Well, this is what he does. Yosef decides to start a conversation with Chang, but he's not sure what to talk about. Noticing things he has in common with Chang will help him. So, looking at the photo, what are some things the boys have in common? Well, both like to read books. They're both boys. They both ride the same bus. They're both wearing hoodies. So, what you have in common could be something super tiny, but it's a great way to start a conversation. So, Yosef notices that he and Chang are actually reading the same book. He decides that's a good topic to start the conversation. Now, Yosef has the topic, but how can he begin the conversation with Chang? And usually that's the hardest part is just getting started, building up that courage to really talk to somebody you don't know very well. Well, Yosef can greet him. He can introduce himself. He could ask Chang a question. He could name something that they have in common. Speaking in a friendly way helps start a conversation. If you approach somebody and your tone and your body language is negative or mean, well, they're not going to want to talk to you. So it's really important to have that friendly demeanor, which means you just look friendly, you sound friendly when you're starting a conversation. So, how can Yosef show his friendliness? Well, he can smile. He can use a friendly voice to introduce himself. He could use open body language, so giving him his attention, letting Chang know that he is listening to everything he's saying. That is kind of that open body language. You're open to encouraging the interaction that you're having or the conversation. All right. Yosef uses his assertiveness skill, which we talked about a while ago, to introduce himself to Chang in a friendly way. He tells Chang he's reading the same book and asks Chang about others in the series. Before you know it, they're chatting about their most and least favorite books. They are having a conversation. So I've said it a couple times already, but I want to see if you were paying attention. What skills for learning help Joseph with Chang? There's a hint. He's focusing his attention on Chang, right? There's the other one, listening. Chang knows that Yosef is actively listening to him, right? He's making eye contact, he's speaking in a friendly voice. He's thinking about questions or comments that he can make to help the conversation keep going. Oh, there we go, questions and comments. So questions and comments help keep a conversation going. Think about what skills for learning will help Yosef. Focus attention, listening. So Yosef focuses attention on Chang and listens to him carefully. This helps him use what Chang is saying to think of other questions and comments to keep the conversation going. So as I had said, they were talking about what are some of their favorite and least favorite books. Well, they could also ask, what are some of your favorite and least favorite movies? So asking those questions or having a comment helps move the conversation along. Now here's a question for you. When the bus comes, Yosef and Chang can't find a seat together. So what's a friendly way Yosef can end the conversation? You could say, it was nice talking to you. You could say, see you in class. Or they can make plans to talk later. So Yosef tells Chang it was nice talking to him. They decide to continue their conversation at recess. By making conversation with Chang, Yosef is becoming friends with him. So remember, what do you have in common is a great way to start a conversation. Asking questions and comments is a great way to keep a conversation going. And then you want to end the conversation in a friendly manner. So today you learned that focusing your attention and listening can help you have conversations. And making conversations is a great way to make friends and get along better with others. So now you're able to use that focus and those listening skills during a conversation. And you're also able to initiate, continue, and end a conversation in a friendly way. Remember, making conversations helps you get along better with others. That's so important, okay? It is also a great way to make friends. Focusing your attention and listening helps you keep the conversation going. Also, questions and comments help keep the conversation going, but you can't make you can't make comments or have questions if you're not focusing your attention and listening. All right, scholars, as we usually do to end this unit, let's listen to the empathy song.
Situation, your feelings mean so much to you, but you know that you're not alone. There's other folks with feelings too. So when you get together, try to understand how they might feel, cause they might have their own ideas with feelings that are just as real. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, you felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand, that's right. Empathy means trying to understand how another feels. See the clues on a person's face, then wonder what's their point of view. The next step is compassion, that's being kind and finding ways to help a friend. That's easy when you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it
right, third grade. Until I see you next week, have a great rest of your week. Bye.